You there?
I'm here.
All right.
Um, just laughing at your
My title
title
for the
here.
shift.
No election talk, just erection talk. Or erection talk is okay.
Yeah. Just I'm just setting boundaries.
Classic. So did they figure it out then, or what's the?
So yeah, I'm gonna have to have a little conversation with these guys. Like I pay $11,000 to get my AC and furnace changed.
Mm-hmm.
That was back in September. And the AC didn't work from the get-go. It wasn't blowing cold air. Somebody had to come back and look and fix the thing and just like, oh, it's just this. We had to do this and blah blah blah, fix it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But of course, it's too early to try the heater, you know. So we wait. And I've had it clicked on a couple of times. It was kind of blowing sort of warm air, but we didn't have it on very much because it hadn't been getting very cold. But this week I've had it on and it's just like staying on all the time and it's not blowing hot air.
Mm,
So, like, something's wrong.
yeah.
So I call them yesterday and they send somebody out who got here at like um 3
Okay.
into the machine. And he was kind of explaining it to me. There's this part where the flame kind of goes through, and there's two types that go on it. One is for a propane fueled heater, and one is for natural gas, which is what I have. And they had the wrong one on there. So it's this little teeny tiny
Oh.
spot where the flame comes through. And he's like, that's completely wrong. It's the wrong one. I'll go get the nut. So he goes, he's gone for a bit. He comes back, swaps it out. He's like, all right, got that on there. No problem. Easy to go. So then he cranks it on, and I can instantly feel heat coming up. And then we can instantly smell something coming through the vents and stuff. So he's like,
Oh.
all right, hold on, I got to check. And he gets up on the roof, and because you got the part of your furnace that goes out your roof, to expel the gases and the exhaust. They did
Yeah.
not seal it up correctly at all, and basically a lot of the exhaust on is my voice coming through weird?
Oh. You drop your. It's just I think that same thing where it's just like a little crackly sounding. I can understand you. I mean, it's not.
Something is off. My damn phone thing. But anyway, the exhaust was not getting. It wasn't a sealed vent out the roof, so um, it's been feeding the exhaust air back through the furnace to the part where it sucks in the air and it's the carbon monoxide or whatever, and so then it's shooting it out through all the vents, which is
Ooh.
a super bad thing. He's like, whoever put this in didn't seal it off, and it's his company, whatever guy he had to had do this. So he's like,
Yeah.
and I can't get the part tonight, so you're not going to have anything tonight because we can't have that stuff, you know, like circulating gases through your house. So I'm like, okay, this guy didn't make the mistake.
Yeah.
Um, so I've got a little tiny space heater sitting right next to me, blowing nice hot air on me. It's the first time I've been warm since I got home like 3 hours ago.
Okay. I mean, if it works, it works though.
Uh,
What was Whitney doing?
she's not home from work yet, but she's got like a heater in her room and like 10
Okay.
and shit, and she'll be fine to like sleep and everything like that. So
I will say this. We had our power out last night. It was planned. And I will say, I expected it to be worse. I don't know how. Thank you, Mr. D man. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Did you not read, Mr. D man, the title?
no election talk.
But I am laughing. Um anyway, I would say, I expected it to get really bad. I don't know how your insulation is. Our house is about my age, and it's not the greatest. It is terrible. Um,
Yeah.
Gross everything in their yard,
Oh, gee.
and there was ice all over my driveway, and the walkway, the sidewalk, and man, I was didn't know. My 9-year-old went out to take the trash cans out because he forgot to do it last night and it was trash day. Slipped and fell and hit his head.
Oh,
So it was definitely cold enough to freeze everything. But at least I guess we didn't feel it when the power was out. It didn't get too bad. So
uh, so once they get this thing fixed, I'm certainly going to have a conversation with them about, look, my air conditioner didn't work when you started it. Now my heater doesn't work, and it hasn't worked all week. And you guys, you're leaving me freezing because you didn't put it in right. Like I'm basically going to like say, I want some money back.
I would, yeah, for sure. Like,
There's no way that it should have gone this way. Like I should not be sitting here when it's 25 degrees outside at the peak of night and 45 in the high, and I don't have my $11,000 fucking, brand new furnace not working right. So
I mean, yeah, I 100% agree. I think it's insane that you spent this money and it was a big deal. I remember when it happened, you're like, I'm just gonna have to replace everything. Like it's all brand new.
yeah, yeah.
And for it not to, yeah. I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
definitely feels like somebody should do something to make it up to you.
Yeah. And the guy who showed up, he's really nice about it. He was walking out saying, he's like, I gotta report this to my company because this isn't like a small, like, oh, somebody just did like a little goof up. This is like not sealing the exhaust to the machine to exit out the roof the way it's supposed to. And
Yeah.
it could have like poisoned everybody.
Dang.
So yeah, I'm gonna have a little chat. Chuck, what's up, man? You still there? Um, I don't know, Jess, if you saw the post I put up of the finished drawing that Chuck inked that for
Oh, I
shop.
haven't yet.
Yeah,
I
you'll
ha-
have to check it out. It looks so freaking badass.
Oh, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. Is it? It's the one that has all. Is the one that has all your canoe characters?
Has what? I'm sorry.
Has a bunch. It has all your new characters, or
No, no, this is the cover for Shocula's comic, Count Chocula. It's
oh
like
yeah, I haven't seen it. No, I
the
haven't seen that
cowgirl frog.
one. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, he got
That's
done.
right. We were talking about that the last time.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you're literally inking the one in my mind right now. That's the one I envisioned. For some reason, I thought Chuck was doing that.
yeah. No, no, he finished that one today, and it looks. I was like, it's not even my characters or anything I have any kind of particular connection to, but I'm like, I want a high resolution printout of this thing. I was like, I need the file on this so I can print it out and look at it on
Mhm.
my phone and enjoy it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Yeah,
bummed
I'll have
out
to
that
check
my
it out.
audio apparently sounds like shit though. Still, I was hoping that'd be just a one-off. Um, you said it's still sounding kind of a little fuzzy.
It just sounds kind of crackly. Like the best way I can describe it is if you and I were talking through walkie talkies. That's
Yeah,
the that's the best way. Now I can still understand you just fine, and I don't know how it is on their end, but yeah, that's the best way I can describe it.
I mean, I, you know, Someone saying as if I've dropped my phone, which I kind of did once or twice, here and there, but I wonder if I actually did goof something up on.
Oh.
I have this theory that I've had for years that once you've had an iPhone for 2 years, they upload errors to it to make it just get just tiny, tiny bit little glitchy to make you want to start getting a new one.
That's, you
Like
know
it's
what? I'm not a big
100% intentional.
conspiracy theorist, but I could see that. I mean, they just don't build them at minimum, any phones. I feel like they just don't build them to last.
Well, I feel like they do build them to last, but they want you to buy a new one. Like um these things could last forever, but if they last forever, you never trade it in and get a new one. So they upload um programs that make it glitchy. And it's happening. My
Mhm.
phone will be flawless and perfect for a year and a half, and then it'll just slowly get just like little microscopic, little kind of goof up errors that make it just like slightly irritating. And they get slightly more every time I got to the end of my 2 year contract. And then it's like,
Mm.
oh, well, maybe you just get a new one. I've had this for
That's
about 2 years.
possible. It's definitely possible. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, there's Count Chocula. We were just talking shit about you, man.
Tons of shit.
Right.
No, he was telling me though that Chuck finished inking that cover for your comic book, and I'm gonna have to go check it out.
He's like, what?
He just did. Yeah, he's like, I didn't know that.
You sons of bitches, he says.
Oh man. So it's been a day for you. Anything else going on?
It's just, well, now I have to, because I left work like an hour early today.
Mm.
I've had to leave work because of this furnace thing to come here to be on site while they installed it or fixed it or had the inspector come out 3 different times. So it's been like 5 or 6 different times in the last 2 months to be like, hey, place where I work, I got to take off because of this. Now I have to do it again tomorrow because they got to come out and fix it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're understanding. It's not like it's a problem, but I take my shit seriously, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm not a slack ass jack off who just doesn't show
Mm,
up or whatever.
most of the time. Yeah, I
I
get
mean,
you.
fair, fair.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'd be frustrated too. I get it.
Oh, Shockula, he's yeah, Shockula. He's like, yeah, exactly. I was just talking about it just a little bit before you showed up, but they didn't install it right. And so my heater was not blowing hot air. So they come out to fix it. And the machine had the wrong part installed by the manufacturer, which the guy fixed. But then he found out that the exhaust going out the roof was not um, was not sealed up at all. So it's like recirculating the exhaust air down into the house, and then the fan in the heater is picking it up and blowing it through all the vents. So he had to shut everything down, disconnect everything, so there's no way it comes back on. And but he's like, but I can't get the part to fix it tonight. So it is currently. Let me. I want to look and see how cold it is outside right now and what the expected.
I'm sure it drops below freezing tonight.
Yeah, it's 42 right now and supposed to get down to 30. So um,
Now,
yeah,
okay, I guess that's not the same. I was gonna say, I'm like, oh, are you gonna be able to have like hot water and stuff? But I guess
yeah. No, it's not like water
you're
heating.
that's
It's
different. I'm
just
not sorry, I had a brain fart there.
burning. And I know you were saying I could come stay out there, but you live like an hour away.
I know. No, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I just don't want you to be, especially if it's going to be, craziest. Didn't want you to.
No, I really appreciate it, but like Claire, Claire, he'd let me come stay with him. Danielle would let me go. Bobby would let me go stay with her if I had to. I have 1,000 people I'd rather go stay with than drive an hour all the way out to you. Yeah, you know what? I hope you freeze and you can't.
Get the fuck out of here. In fact, I'm logging off. I'm just kidding. No, I get it. Obviously, it makes sense. I just don't want you to feel like, you ever needed it.
No, I appreciate it. I really do. Just I didn't want to miss someone says Apple settled out a lawsuit held against them, claiming they were intentionally slowing down their phones to get people to upgrade. I firmly believe that's the case. These things should just keep working just fine for a long time. If they built them with the intention of making them to be the most longest lasting version of these things that they could, they can. I just
Yeah.
I believe they intentionally fuck them up. And so I'm wondering if that's part of mine, or if, I mean, it did slip out of my hands, onto a concrete floor this week. But I mean, I got a case on it, but still, maybe I screwed up something.
But wasn't it last week that it was doing this?
Yeah.
You said it was this week?
Well, in the last 2 weeks.
Ooh, maybe it was that.
But at least the audio, as far as I can tell on my videos, is still coming through.
Yeah, that's what gets me is I don't understand that why that's the case. It almost makes you feel like it's I don't know. It's just like the live part of it for some reason,
Yeah.
but I don't know why that would be the case. You've been doing other lives? Is it just the lives with me when you have somebody connected? Did anybody said anything about it?
Uh, no, I've done a couple, and no one said anything.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if it has to do with connecting.
It do.
Because even though mine sounds fine, I'm assuming it goes a little different if you are connecting with somebody else, in my head. I'm a boomer though when it comes to no judgments on boomers. It's just a term I use. But I am when it comes to technology. So oh,
Shockula, I'm on a home network. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Like, I'm on my home internet. You know, there
yeah.
I have internet
I'm sure
through a
he's
router.
wondering if you're using internet or your phone's network when
Uh,
you're
yeah,
I'm
I'm always connected to the internet at the house home.
Hello, Inkwell.
Well,
Uh
hello, King
just
Studios.
here.
What's up?
Jinx, Rob. You owe me a pop.
I don't know you shit.
Yeah, clearly. I don't use shit either.
I don't know what my upload speed is, Shockula. I know that because basically my internet at home, my roommate, she kind of brought that with her when she moved in here like 5 years ago, and she recently upgraded to maybe about a year ago, like a much better router and upgraded the plan,
Mm.
and we don't have problems with anything ever.
Um, you can do an upload and download internet test speed on your phone though to see if maybe your phone is struggling with it.
Right.
Uh, but I don't think that would. You're not struggling with connection. Like I can see right now, I'm watching the live. I can see that your picture is coming in clear. I can see you're working on the fist right now. This guy's hand. So, it, yeah, you're
But
moving just fine. So I don't think it's connection based. It's got to be. something to do with your phone, I would say.
Yeah.
Or it has something to do with the way that it's YouTube's broadcasting. I don't know. Again, I'm a boomer with this stuff, so this is just my powers of deduction.
That's good as anything I could ever come up with. I don't All I know is I'm going to demand a little bit of compensation back from this goddamn place that didn't really see.
Thank you guys so much for your comments on the Joker painting. This is one of my favorites. I did one of these back when I was about 19 years old. It was the exact same pose, same painting. The painting has long since um, been gone. I gave it to somebody and they do not have it anymore. Um, it got destroyed in a flood. So I am redoing it for myself now. So I appreciate the kind words.
Got destroyed in a flood?
Yeah, it was in a storage unit in Kansas City, and they had some flooding, and it was one of the storage units. You know how you can rent them out at like a complex? And unfortunately, it was sitting on the ground, and I guess a lot of water came in. It wasn't tightly sealed. There was some damage to the door, and it destroyed a bunch of stuff in there. And this was one of the things that got destroyed. So
Sucks.
yeah, I've got very grainy pictures of the original, but it was one everybody loved it. They said it was kind of a unique. They loved this big evil smile, and I just wanted to do my own for myself because I have a weird obsession with the Joker. So
Yeah, you do.
I know.
Okay.
However, I did not go see the new Joker movie.
Oh, come on. You totally should. Everyone says it's amazing.
Yeah, you can't fool me. I might be out of touch. I'm not that out of touch.
Ink, well, I'm pretty sure I'm using the 5 setting on the router. Um, I'm almost certain of that. So,
What's up, Still Traditional Art?
right, what's up?
How you doing?
Well,
Trying to solve Rob's connectivity problems. Usually it's me. So,
to do another live later or tomorrow or something and then just check the audio and see if it sounds normal because I've done a few and they sounded fine to my knowledge. No one said anything.
and I feel like I went and listened to our one of our last ones after it uploaded, and I want to say it sounded better than when we were actually live. So, I don't know. I don't know. Mark says Rob, you should check out the Batman Black and White anthology books, at least volumes 1 and 2. They are a who's who of illustrators, all in glorious black and white. I have actually seen, believe it or not, I have seen these before.
If we're talking about the old school of the Batman black and white, I do have a couple of them. I don't have all of them, but yeah, I picked up the ones where I knew the artist I would really like was in them. And they're all good. Well, I'm glad the picture's really clear, Ink. Well, at least that, but I don't know. There's always something. For the longest time, me and Jess, our lives went great. And then Jess suddenly started having struggles for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's me that's having struggles.
Yeah, I moved into the corner in the basement that I'm in now. I've moved my art studio a few times, trying to figure out how to better set up my situation. Which now, I mean, I have this great setup. I mean, I have a window. I have all that. Like, I love it. It's in the basement, in the very corner, below the router. It's literally right below the router, and so that's kind of nice because I feel like since then I've not had any issues with connectivity.
Right. Seems to be the case.
I did not get a Wi-Fi extender. I mean, I did get one. However, it ended up not being needed. If that makes any sense. Um, we ended up figuring it out. My husband's pretty good at this stuff. He's a big.
You know what's funny is we were talking. Yeah, it literally cut out the way it used to, old school. This little kind of like robotic sound.
Setting right here, actually. My kids use it for their PCs are down here, and they're big PC gamers because nerds.
Nerds.
Hmm. They have to nerd out like their dad. So
What's up, Afro SF Ian's Comic 78 readings?
woo,
30 a.m. UK time, huh? Wow.
cool.
It sucks. Chuck was in here for like 3 seconds and then he bounced. I think he got pissed.
Oh, oh no! Did I say something?
Oh, not
Oh,
yeah, wasn't having said no election talk, and the first thing somebody did was say something electoral, and so he said, "Don't even start." And then he erased his comment and never has spoken again.
oh, oh man! You know what? There'll be another election in 4 years, unless you know,
Asteroid smashes into a switch.
unless we're all dead or something. Who knows? What is one of my, and I always get it wrong when I'm trying to remember if it's okay, all right. One of my favorite things to say is everything will be all right in the end. If it's not all right, it's not the end.
Yeah, it's a John
I
Lennon,
know.
right? Is
What?
that a John Lennon quote?
Yes. I love it. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's so true. Most things we see as a big deal right now, they just aren't. It'll be okay.
Mark
And
bounce, he says. He said, "I'm gonna be fired if they see me here, so see you later." That sucks. Afro watched my Rip Claw review today. Well, thank you. Thanks for watching the stuff. I appreciate it.
that's awesome.
In fact, I just remembered I don't have anything queued up for tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to, once I get done here, I'm gonna have to record something.
What?
I was hoping
Wow,
it could be.
off your game.
No, I'm not. That's how it goes all the time.
You're like, actually, this is exactly how it goes.
It really,
There's a method to my madness.
yeah. I was just hoping that I would be able to like be doing it not in a freezing little house. Since I can't solve it, and no one will let me come stay with them. So
Bitch, I am about to lose my shit. I'm about to tell Danielle if he messages you and asks you if he can come stay, tell him he can't.
because no one else offered to take him in.
Yeah. She's gonna be like, what is going on?
I'm in the middle of this actually.
Oh man. You can fly out to Ohio and clean my house. I mean, stay with me. Love it, Count. Love it.
I'll clean your house, all right.
Ohio. I was talking to Jessica. Yeah. Yeah, you were. Forget him.
Oh, there he is. There's Chuck. I was saying I thought you bounced for good, but yeah, yeah, I can't wait to I want to watch that time lapse video of the one you just finished. It's always neat to kind of see the steps he takes, um, just as he works it. And it's like, oh, it's just neat to see it kind of get worked through.
Oh my gosh. Can I do this without knocking something over? Probably not.
Negative.
Negative indeed. I just did the one thing that I promised myself I wouldn't do.
How many times have you said that in your life?
Dude, so many. I can't even count. The one thing that I promised myself I would never do. Yep. All the time. All of the time. What you got going on this weekend? Anything interesting?
No kids, so I could have the freedom to do any damn thing I wanted. And fortunately, I don't really have any plans.
That's too bad.
Just
You
lay.
could come here. Oh wait, no, you can't.
What?
You come hang out here. Oh wait, no, you can't.
Yeah, right. We've established that you lost that opportunity, buddy.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I got some little errands to run. I've got the roommate. She bought a new iPad, so she let me have her old one, but its battery won't hold a charge for longer than 20 minutes. So I'm going to take that to a place and have them swap out the battery if I can. That back at full operating capacity, and then I got to go drop off a copy of my volume to a buddy of mine who's going to be at work. I'm going to go up and
Oh, nice.
that from get the book to him and get paid.
Nice. That sounds like a pretty decent weekend.
A couple things to do.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Seems like it's just going to be a blast.
Right? I think I told you I took my kids to go see the Venom movie last weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just gotten back because we did the live on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And we just gotten back from that. That's right.
Yeah. They seem to have a good time, right?
Yeah, we did. We're getting into it.
That's cool.
Like the movie going experience. It's just there's not that many good movies as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's fair. My husband took our 3-year-old to go see that Wild Robots movie.
I think that was good.
Did you see it?
No, I haven't. I heard it was good.
Yeah, he said actually he felt entertained by it, and you know how he is about movies.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
He doesn't. It's hard to find a show or a movie that keeps him entertained for very long. And he felt like for a family movie, it was pretty entertaining. I was like, oh, interesting. Kind of cool.
You got to stay home with the baby.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I like that. My dad would, sometimes would break things up. I have very distinct memories. I got to do things with my dad, just just me and him, or
nice.
older brother and me and my dad. You know what I mean? Like we felt like it was like a special one-off kind of thing because we were the older kids and we got to do the grown-up stuff.
Yep. Yep. That's kind of what we've been trying to do a little bit more is have some of that. So I'll take, and movies is kind of the easiest thing to do. And so I always pull one of my kids out, maybe once a month, maybe every other month. I'll pull one of my kids out and take them to of school early, and then I'll take them to go see, whatever movie that I think will interest that particular kid. Um, and it's been fun. It's been fun doing that, and I feel like they feel like they're seen and they're doing something that is special for them, and I like it.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna run to a art store in Salt Lake. The Ick Blick,
Oh yeah.
funny name for an art store. But
Oh,
this pen I'm
I
using,
ordered stuff from them offline.
this Pentel pocket pen. I'm down to the last cartridge, ink cartridge. I bought like 5 of them, like,
Mm.
and I'm down to the last one, and so I got to
Huh.
go get some replacements for it. Yeah, good one.
Well, sweet. When are you doing that?
Saturday, just amidst all the other things I'm gonna be doing.
Fair enough. Well, that's cool. I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. Probably something I'm supposed to be doing. I just don't remember. Old like that.
Yeah, you're old.
I know. Oh, I know I am. Oh, I didn't knock this off. Um, I was actually thinking I don't have any more of the green that I use right here. And I realized that I don't have really any colors that would help me get to this and mixing it. And I thought, I guess it's time to run to a Michael's.
Just
Usually,
paint, right?
huh?
Just acrylic paint is all.
Yeah, I could probably just order it, but it's more fun to go in. So,
Oh yeah, you don't got to tell me. I'll go to the arts and crafts store of any type with art supplies and like, hey, look at all this shit. I don't need any of it, but guess what?
I'm
Get
getting it.
right.
Yep.
I'm getting
It's mine. Because since half the time, or probably every time, there's some sale on paint. Almost every time there's a sale on paint. And I'm like, oh, I need this. Yeah, Hobby Lobby, Mr. D Man, Hobby Lobby too.
And they always have their art pads on sale. It's like buy one, get one half off. I'm like, well, I got 4 at home. I guess I'll have 6 now.
I never keep those on hand, and I should. I actually ordered a couple last month, but I sent them to my dad, not for me. So I need to get some of those for sure. What?
I just yawned. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I discovered that I go through this stretch of like when the weather gets really cold and it starts getting dark really soon.
yeah,
Uh, I I find myself getting really like my body, I guess, trying to adjust to the cold and the dark, and I find myself just like out of energy, and I just have to adjust to the cold and dark, and so I just get no energy. I'm just like wiped out
yeah.
here than I am.
You know, I think you're probably not alone in that. I feel like I kind of start to struggle to stay up later like I normally do. When it starts to get cold, I start to, and it doesn't last forever. It's just like the change.
Yeah,
The change gets me.
yeah. No, D-man, I did not see anything. I saw you say that earlier, but I can't look at anything when I'm doing a live, so or
Wow,
I'm
Rob,
not going to look at
stop.
it.
Why can't you do everything all at once?
I wish I could.
Really just boggles my mind.
Sound like my ex-wife.
I'm sorry, what?
You sound like my ex-wife.
Damn. I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe you needed to hear it. Mhm. Oh,
Saw another art book I want to pick up. It's brand new for, one of my favorite artists for $129 from Amazon. I'm like, "Oh, God, I really want it."
you trying to give me Christmas ideas or
Well, I mean, no, but if you love, if you love,
yeah, I loved you and I offered to let you stay at my house and you said, "Fuck you. You fucking live too far." And I was like, "You know what? I was about to say I was on Amazon and I was about to buy it for you. I don't know who the artist is or anything, but I thought, wow, if he's really going to treat me like this,
it's
my
gonna.
kindness, I'm just not going to buy him this."
Oh, so yeah, everyone's asking who is it. Um, Chuck, it's one you mentioned to me. It's the Savage Dragon Vault Edition, which I like. I want to, anytime to see Eric Larson's black and white, uh, raw artwork. Yeah, Dad's saying, Jess, Rob told me I live too far away in a similar situation. That's true.
You think we'd live closer but just because we live in the same state, but
You're
good.
only an hour away. He's several hours away by jet.
That's fair. That's fair. You know what? But even then, Rob, like, come on.
Still, like throw a set, Rob.
Yeah, just
That's probably exactly what's going to happen, Chuck. I'll definitely get it, and well, I mean, if I do get it, I'll definitely do a video on it for sure. I'm
you
just
really
trying to,
should just buy it for the 120 and then it's like a tax write-off because it's for your YouTube channel.
yes. In a way, if the videos do really well, ad revenue pays me back a little bit.
See?
But
you watched Schitt's Creek before?
I've heard of it.
Oh my gosh, it's a tax write-off. It won't mean anything to you, but if you had, it would.
Yeah. My friends, it's one of her favorite shows. She'd come dressed up as in Halloween as someone from the show. I'm like, what are you dressed up as? She's like, Schitt's Creek character. I'm like, oh, never seen it. Can't remember, honestly. It was like 3 years ago. I just remember her really excited. It was Tiffany. And
Who happens to also be the old mom from Beetlejuice and the mom from Home Alone.
oh, that lady, huh? Catherine O'Hara?
Yeah, it's hilarious, that show is. She is the best, one of the best parts.
Chuck says, I used to hear about guys at Wildstorm that wrote off all their action figures and statues and art books. Well, hell, I need to get in on that action somehow.
I mean, you
Yeah,
just
business.
do you do your own taxes?
Oh,
Let me get real
no.
personal here. You don't do your own taxes?
Hell no.
Hey, keep receipts of shit. I do my own taxes.
I
Because
used to, but once I got married and then had kids, and then we had houses and shit like that, the ex-wife would always, she's like, I go to H&R Block, and she's like, I don't want to miss anything. I don't want anything fucked up. And if something gets done wrong, they have to correct it. Once we got divorced, I just kept going.
yeah, I mean that's fair. I'm not anybody who doesn't do their own. I'm not. I just do.
Yeah, see, TurboTax. That's what I used to do when I was just a single guy. I got nothing. It was just entered the same basic information over and over and over, and then nothing because I had nothing. I owned nothing. I was worth nothing. So it was TurboTax when I was younger. It was really easy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just like now. I'm like I got to make sure my kids are factored in correctly so I can get that child tax credit, which is $2,000. So
To be fair, they do that too. They walk you through it, but I do think that it's nice with H&R Block or someplace like that, that if it's messed up, you've got somebody who you talk to face who's like handled it.
I just rather it be done correctly. So that's worth a couple $100 to me.
Right. I get you. But they can help you with the old write-offs.
Right.
So you should totally do that. Actually, you know what?
I'm actually real curious about how my taxes are going to go this year now that I get paid from YouTube. Like, I don't know how that gets factored into anything.
I thought you were going to say the way it sounded. Now that I get paid from you, and I was like, "Whoa, what?"
Like, what?
Yeah, you gotta pay me now.
You're paying me or someone's paying someone.
Yeah, I was like, "Wait, what? What's happening here? What's going on?" Hola, Jimmy.
Hola, dime cómo está. Yeah, I'd know if I were paying for you, Jess. That would be.
No, I thought you were saying that I was gonna pay you.
Yeah, maybe you should. You should pay me for being a friend.
Well, I don't even know if we're friends anymore, but
Yeah.
I get paid from you too, Jimmy.
I just gotta get my motherfucking money.
Oh my gosh.
You ever watch that episode of South Park where Butters turned into a little pimp?
I have probably seen it. I don't know how recent it is. It depends on how recent it is, if I've seen it.
An older one, but it's like one of the best ones ever.
Probably have seen it. It's been many, many years. I used to love South Park. Not as much anymore. Not as much.
See, Chuck knows it's Butter's Kissing Company because, yeah, it starts out so simple because, you know,
It always does.
had never been kissed, and they found out that there's this girl that if you pay $5, she'll kiss you. So goes there and
Make it
gives her
sound so.
$5, so she kisses him, and he's like, "Thank you." And then it was so amazing. He's like, "You know what we should do? We should just tell everybody, and I could bring guys, and they could pay me. They could pay me the money, and we could split the money." So he basically became a pimp, but he's like the sweetest guy on the planet. But so he goes to a pimp convention. So he starts picking up the lingo. So he's like, I got to get paid my motherfucking money.
I used to have a little Butters like stuffed toy. It was my favorite.
Awesome.
When I made my bed, he sat right in front of the throw pillow. He is. He's just the most innocent, and he always gets in not so innocent situations. That's funny.
Don't be at all tonight. It's broken. I'll tell you later.
It's broken.
It's broken.
When he's like, "What the?"
Yeah. Yeah, yes, I know it. I know it. Yeah. Yeah, because Butters in that episode, he goes to the pimp convention, all these brothers are like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, yes, I do know what you are saying. You have to keep asking me. So he's like, yes, I do know what you are saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Holmes? The best episodes they've ever made.
That's funny.
Gotta put that motherfucking mouth to work.
Oh my gosh.
Get paid.
Oh wow. Ugh. Should I freehand this? Probably not.
You should put that painting up for sale and you should get paid. You get $500 for that.
The original, somebody offered the owner of the original 400,
Yeah, I remember you saying.
and I was like, damn it, I would have sold it.
Shit.
And I had given it away to that person. They're like, oh, I wanted to keep it, and then it got flooded.
So basically, everyone flushed $400 down the drain.
Pretty much. And that $400 would probably have been thrown down the drain on weed or something at the time, but you know what?
Why you're my buddy. Yeah, Chuck. It's a very supportive towards women type of episode. It really was that episode of South Park. That's funny.
It sounds like it.
Gas, grass, or ass, right, Inkwell? We know what's up.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta offer up something. You can put gas in my car, get me some green, or you throw me some tail. What's up, man? I can choose. It's empowerment. You can choose which way you want to pay me my motherfucking money.
Oh my gosh. Should not have free-handed this. Like, I kind of thought I shouldn't have, but we are still going for it. Because that is what I do.
Yeah, 30, right?
What?
You have a thing to do at 6:30, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I am very much behind in school. And they're like, you got to do this shit or you can't finish this class. I'm like, don't you know I don't care?
Damn.
And then they said, then
They
you don't
get
degree. They said, we know you don't care because we've seen your progress.
yawning. As far as I can take this thing, I got to draw in this big guy's lower ass body, but I don't really do that now. So I think I'm not gonna do that right now.
But because what?
The big guy in the background here that I've been working on. I
Yeah.
drawn in his lower body, like where his legs are in relation to everyone else, and I don't really feel like doing that right now. So
So it's kind of like me with my school.
kind of like that.
Nice.
Nice. It's a whole lot for
My
South.
freehand drawn bat symbol.
What the bat symbol?
Yeah, I tried to draw it freehand, and I don't know. Probably not my smart decision, but I'm gonna have to
Paint over it and fix it.
fix it here. It's not the worst. You know what? I'm not that angry over it. I knew what I was doing when I did it.
You're not gonna like rage throw your painting into trash like you've done before
Wow, you're gonna call me out online
publicly.
on YouTube about my raging?
Yeah, a little ball of anger and throw your artwork out.
I did indeed do that. I actually kind of kicked it into one of my trash cans once. It was like one of the big ones in the garage.
You drop kicked it.
I like threw it in the air and then I just kicked it with my foot. And
Well, it must have been a good kick because you're only 4 foot 11 and a half. You got to get it up and into it.
you know what?
I do
They're
know.
not that tall. But yes, it was a good kick. I actually remember being somewhat impressed with myself for 5 seconds. Like, oh.
He nailed that.
But yeah, I was pissed. It was actually a predator painting.
What painting?
I was trying to paint predator
Oh, okay.
and it looked like a girl with bad dreads.
I mean, you could say that's what Predator looks like. I've seen girls that look like that thing.
Mr. Demon says, dude, my brother did my taxes and I owe the IRS money I don't have. Whoops. I've owed the IRS before money I didn't have. Just gotta make the old payment plan with them.
That's why you got to get out there on the streets and make that motherfucking money.
My gosh. You are something.
So that's why I got to be the pimp.
I was like, I know from experience. I wouldn't tell anybody else to do it if I hadn't done it myself.
Jimmy says Predator, like the kind on NBC.
Yes, with Chris Hansen.
Like to catch a predator.
Dude, you think I don't? I used to watch that all the time. Bunch of jackals. Idiot.
Quote, why don't you sit down for a minute? Right?
Never good to hear. For them, great when it's you watching.
I couldn't imagine a more horrifying position to find your dumb ass in for doing something so horrible in the first place, and then they busted on TV.
I'm a teacher. Thank God you won't be anymore.
Thank God.
Ain't nobody want that. I didn't know. I love it when they just act like those aren't messages from them. I was coming here to warn them. They shouldn't be doing this stuff. Yeah.
Yes, Shocula says, I was just helping her with her homework. Chuck says,
Yeah.
inside, I just made cookies. Right?
Yeah. They're just in here. And it's like, in my mind, as one of those people, knowing that this show exists, I would assume at some point you might get curious and watch it, but no. They always go inside. They sometimes might be hesitant, but it's never a house that makes that much sense. They're just that freaking horny and just that much of pedos. I've never done this before. Thank God. Scary world. Make sure your kids know how to make good decisions. Yeah, no kidding. Daniel.
So they know how to kick people right, string them.
Yeah, with a box of condoms and a case of wine. Thank you, Count. Every time. What are we gonna do with this tonight? Woo. That's how I imagine in my head.
See, I've never seen that show. I've just seen clips of it on like so
Oh, see.
like the moment when he gets busted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone's saying, what did I just come back to? He's like, what are you guys talking about?
To Catch a Predator with Chris
Talk
Hansen.
about painted a predator.
Yeah, it's true, but not that kind.
Like, well, what kind of predator? Let's clarify. The ones look like ugly bitches with dreads, or
Yeah, that's the one. But then we got talking about Chris Hansen to Catch a Predator because also love that show. Don't love that there's predators out there. Love seeing them get caught. And Chris Hansen's just hilarious. Let me just read you something real fast here. He just starts to read their most obscene, stupid ass messages. What did you mean by that? When you say, I love it.
what did you mean when you said, you know what I say about kids? They're all pink on the inside.
Oh my gosh.
What did you mean by that?
Oh shit. Your next level is stupid to end up on that show. Yup.
Yeah.
My wife. But can I you're free to go. I love it. He says you're free to go. The exit's right there, but there's police waiting on the other side of the door every time. I love it. Get out of here.
So what usually ended up with the people? I mean, did they ended up busted by the cops anyway, or was it like
And they
you?
bring the cops with them.
Well, yeah, but so do they? Is it every person's busted by the cops at the end, and
Yeah.
we're gonna get you into therapy or some shit, or
No. No.
no?
Because they are on the scene. So I'm sure they obviously have their day in court, right? But they do get arrested every
Right.
time. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen an episode in which they don't get arrested. Wait, what? Mr. Demon, your next level. I don't think that's what he was saying. Or maybe he was just responding saying, yeah, if you support anybody. Oh, that's what he's saying. I don't think he's saying you support. I think he's just responding to your message like you're also like next level stupid to support anybody who ends up on that show. I think is what he's saying.
Yeah.
They come into do the interview with Chris Hansen, and the cops are waiting in the bushes outside when they leave. Yep, or the garage or wherever the exit is. They get busted. And then you get to see them. Like lots of times they'll show them, in the cop car and being taken away and all that. Because at that point they've gone to the location to commit the crime. Careful pedo is contagious. Oh my gosh. What is happening right now? I feel like I've gone down a real rabbit hole here.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Like adult responsibilities to take care of.
Ew.
Barf.
Yeah, when did I decide to become an adult? And why? What was going through my head? Let's change the subject to Liefeld.
Well, yeah, I know you got to bounce. I guess I'll go take care of some other stuff in my place here. We'll have to get together again and do this as soon as you're available.
Yeah. I'm good for next week if you're down.
Sound like a clown, Charlie Brown.
After I finish this class, I think I will not pick up any more classes because it's class by class. It's accelerated independent study. So I don't think I'll pick up any more classes in December too. So I could probably do a couple a week in December since I should have more like time, you know. So that'll be fun.
Jimmy, if I had a nickel for every time Rob raves about lipo, I know, right? I
You
know.
would
I
you would
know.
have 2 nickels.
At least. Not wrong, though.
Well, I know I've heard you rave about them, but most of the time
What the fuck?
it's not as much of raving as it is raging. I'm just kidding. All right. Well, fun times, good times. We got a little bit of progress on this bad boy. Keep working on it. Try to do a little city here escape that I'm starting. Um, but yeah. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.
See, Jess.
Bye.
She's gone. Well, I think I might shut down too. I gotta take care of a couple things now that my goddamn furnace isn't working that I paid $11,000 for. Shock you that you need to reread volume 6 of my book of Fisto Fuck Shira, which is the greatest alternate title to that book I've ever heard, and it's what I call it now. Oh, just read, not reread. Well, let me know what you think when you read it. Shock you though. But yeah. But yeah, thanks everybody. Shockula, someone saying, D-Man, good one, of course. Steel traditional art. Chuck, if you're still there. It's a brief one tonight, guys. Inkwell, thank you. You too. Appreciate it. Catch you guys next time. Thanks.